Hey, welcome to Jimmy's Records and Tapes. This episode talking about albums we stole from our parents.
We've got it on vinyl, CD and cassette.
We've got pop, rock, heavy metal, punk, funk, rap, and new wave. All sales are vinyl, but you never regret all the music you get at Jimmy's Records and Tapes.
I'm loving music again. Hey guys, welcome into the record store that is known as Jimmy's Records and Tapes. We're on the second floor of the mall. Downstairs there's a music lamp, but that's corporate, man. We got no interest in the corporate record store. We like the mom and pop vibe of this place. You come in, I'm the Jimmy. You get to talk directly to Jimmy of Jimmy's Records and Tapes. Hey, what's new on the turntable, Jimmy? And then I tell you and you go, yeah, that's not my cup of tea, man. I'm more of an indie guy than you are. Then I go, yo, there's some indie stuff over there too. Go ahead and browse. And when you're ready, let me know and I'll ring you up. This week, I am talking about, and this was a viewer request. They suggested this on Twitter, and I thought it was a great idea. Albums that you stole from your parents. Albums that your parents actually owned that they would listen to, and then you kind of made it your own. All of a sudden, it went from maybe being out in the living room with the family turntable to, now it's in my bedroom, and I'm listening to it, and you don't get to anymore. That's kind of that. And I thought it was interesting when somebody suggested that. I was like, you know what? That's a great idea because I did get a lot of music from my parents. I didn't have older brothers. I am the oldest of two. I did get some music from my older stepbrothers and my cousins and so on. But for the most part, it would trickle down from my parents. That old trickle down economics. So these are them. These are albums that I ended up stealing from my parents, bringing them into my bedroom, and or I still have them to this day. This first one is not one of those that I have to this day, and boy, do I wish I did. Number 5, from 1964, Meet the Beatles. My mother had the original pressing, and it was, the American version. We would have dance parties, which I've talked about before. We would have disco dance parties that I did not participate in because disco sucks, man. I was that jerk for that year, and disco does not suck. Oh boy, is it great. And this Meet the Beatles is great too. How do you not like the Beatles? And I'm not. That said, you know this. I'm not the biggest Beatles fan, but this album is phenomenal, and it just brings back wonderful memories of my brother, my mom, and my stepdad and I, dancing. And when my stepbrothers would come over, we'd all be out there and listening to it. We'd also have after school every now and then I would have hey, come on over, we'll have a listening party. And this was one of the ones I would bring out and play, and we all loved, and so it's a great album. Number 5, Meet the Beatles by the Beatles. And again, I wish I had it because I imagine that original pressing. First of all, the condition that mine would be in would be horrible because I was a kid playing with an album. But I imagine some collector would still say, "I don't care, I want it," and I would go, "You got it." Number 4, also from my mom. This is handed down. There's a lot of Paul Williams as well in my house. My mom was crazy for Paul Williams, so we listened to a lot of Paul Williams. So it was a battle of do I bring up Paul Williams here or do I mention this? And it's odd to bring up a greatest hits album in this setting, but this is it from 1975. Helen Reddy's greatest hits. This thing is chock full of hits. I Am Woman, Delta Dawn, You and Me Against the World, Angie Baby, That Ain't No Way to Treat a Lady. Leave me alone. I said, leave me alone. And then from JC Superstar, I don't know how to love him. I am woman, hear me roar. I mean, I can go out right now and do a Helen Reddy medley. I think I could sell out a place and do it. She's fantastic. Helen Reddy is great. And you got to love my mom was a strong woman. I think she related to that song quite a bit. And if not, it certainly boosted her. It made me, these songs, we would listen to them all the time and sing them. And so eventually, again, that album was like, yeah, you know what? Mom's off at work. She won't notice that the Helen Reddy album has slowly made its way into my bedroom. And now it's mine and only mine. Woo! Wipe out. Don't know why that happened. Number 3. This was my stepfather, Ron. He had this in his collection. He had from 1971, L.A. Woman by The Doors. And he had the one where the album cover had the rounded rounded corners. It had a piece of yellow film on the front. And then when you pulled the sleeve in and out, that's where the picture of the band was. So if you pulled that out, the album cover no longer had the band on it. And then you put it back in, and there they are behind this yellow film. And it was really cool. And that's what brought me like, hey, that looks like a cool album. I'm going to listen to that at a way too young of an age to listen to the Doors and understand what in God's name Jim Morrison was talking about. But great songs on this album, right? Love Her Madly. I'm going to love her madly. Gotta hit up madly. Gotta love the way. L.A. Woman. L.A. Woman's a great song. And I think Riders on the Storm is in my top 10 favorite songs of all time. Jim, you've said that upwards of 35 times now. I know. Anyway, it's a great song. Never had a chance, of course, to see the Doors. I tried to see what are they called? The New Doors? Or they had some name. Back in the 90s, they did some shows, and I went to see them at the Universal Amphitheater, and it was sold out. I couldn't believe it. Like, who wants to see these guys? Turns out a lot of people did. It had the lead singer of The Cult was doing the Jim Morrison stuff, and great. He's got a great voice. So perfect. Number 2, following the Doors, Helen Reddy and Meet the Beatles. This next one, now this one took a journey to get to my bedroom. This one didn't come from the, I'm going to take it from the living room and have it sneak into the bedroom. This one took a journey. This one had to be on the sneak. I would see my father on weekends and Wednesdays. My parents were separated and divorced. And my dad was a drummer in a band, great drummer. And he was in a bunch of different bands. He was in a Hawaiian band. He was in a wedding band. He was in a lounge band, doing covers and some originals and stuff. And he would also sing Color My World. So that attracted me a little bit to Chicago because, that's the song my dad sings. And then when I went to his house, I looked for the band Chicago for that song in particular, and he didn't have that. He had Chicago, if he did, I didn't know it. He had Chicago 6 was the one that he was currently listening to. It has the album cover that kind of looks like money, and the band's up at the photo of the band is up on top, and it's, Feeling Stronger Every Day is on there. Just You and Me is on there. It's their 5th studio album, Chicago 6, because number 4 was a live album, live at Carnegie Hall, which, as a reminder, yours truly co-wrote the liner notes along with David Wild. So a dream come true there, I say, pretending like I'm bragging. Truly a dream come true. Are you kidding me? I stole this album from my dad. So here's the deal. This was at my dad's apartment, Chicago 6. So I had to sneak it. When he's like, okay, time to bring you guys home, I had to grab it and bring it all the way back to the house so that I could listen to it. And I imagine he's still wandering around going, hey, where's my Chicago 6? Right? And he has no clue that this guy still has it to this day. That's true. I still have all these, other than that, Meet the Beatles. I still have all these albums to this day. They made every move. These albums came along with me. My dad also turned me on to Jim Croce, who I love, and Pablo Cruz and Blood, Sweat, and Tears. But it was this Chicago 6 that really turned me on to Chicago. So I thank him for that. And number 1, album I stole from my parents. This is from 1979, which is bizarre that it was this late in the game that I would be stealing this from a parent. But my parents had Get the Knack by the Knack. My Sharona was everywhere. My stepdad, Ron, bought Get the Knack. I would listen to it all the time. We all would. I mean, this album, the first 3 tracks on that are just amazing. With the Let Me Out and Your Number, Your Name. Other songs that are great, like She's So Selfish. I had to say that very slowly because that was the 9th take of me trying to say that song title, because She's So Selfish is what happened the first 8 times because I don't know how to talk. I'm only a professional speaker. Good Girls Don't with that harmonica. That made an appearance, I believe, on Harmonica Town of Jimmy's Records and Tapes. Anyway, it's a great album. The guitar solo in My Sharona is amazing. Bert Navire, I think is how you say his name. Great guitarist. Doug Feiger on vocal. Just Prescott Niles on bass and Bruce Gary on drums. Just a great band. I love all of the Knack albums, but this thing is flawless. We all listened to it, and Ron loved it. And we were having a end of school dance at Hometown Elementary, and I said, "Hey, could I take the Knack album to play at the school dance?" And he's like, "Yes, but please take care of it." And I was like, "No problem, Ron. You know me. I take care of things." And straight there, straight home, album in pristine condition coming back. So I go to the school. We play all sorts of music. I remember Journey, Love and Touch and Squeezing was a big song because we could slow dance with the ladies. And that would we would all sing City of the Angels. We'd listen to the Knack. Both Good Girls Don't and My Sharona would be in heavy play. And then dance is over. School year is over. Time to go our separate ways. But some girls wanted to go hang out. And you know what that means to Jimmy? Maybe a chance to smooch. But I've got this Knack album. What do I do with it? How do I carry this around? Oh, I'll put it in my duffel bag with all my other stuff from my locker. Which meant that the album cover got mangled. And that is not what was requested. And so I then had to take all of my savings, which I would save up from my newspaper route, your decision to yourself, and go to Sound Warehouse on Cicero Avenue and get the Knack and replace it. Like I killed a hamster and had to replace it with another one. That's what I did with Get the Knack. So the Get the Knack that I currently have is the second one. The first one, a dumpster behind Sound Warehouse, and nobody's the wiser. Hey, it's time for Jimmy's Choice. Where you send me via email, fanclub@jimmypardo.com, or you tweet at me at jimmypardo.com is where I am on Blue Sky, using the hashtag Jimmy's Choice. And you send me 2 bands, artists, or concepts, and I will have them battle it out. And in the moment, I will make a decision, or sometimes I don't. And there's a tie, which is weird. Make a decision. Get off the fence, Pardo. This week kind of is going to, I fear it might be fancy. It's from JP Divine. He sent me this, I think via email and text, JP did. Big Country versus The Alarm. There's a lot of similarities there. Musically, I get it. In a Big Country is great. The first few albums, The Crossing, the Steel Town, The Seer, those are great. I do love their 4th album, Peace in Our Time. I think that's their 4th album by Big Country. I like them a lot. Of course, and here's how they kind of tie in. The lead singer of Big Country passed away, and when Big Country reunited, for some reason, the lead singer of The Alarm, Mike Peters, joined Big Country and went on tour. And The Alarm is great, man. 68 Guns, Rain in the Summertime, that's a great, God darn it, that's a great song. Spirit of 76 is a great song. So I hate to do this to you, JP Divine, because it doesn't give you an answer. And I know you both emailed me and tweeted at me, Big Country versus The Alarm, but a rarity here. I'm going to let them both walk out of the Thunderdome. I got no truck with either. Big Country and The Alarm, 2 thumbs up. Hey, that's it. I'm closing shop. Last call. Bring up your records. Bring up your tapes. I still pretend like we're in a real record store, and that's fun for me. If you liked it, click subscribe. Hit the bell. Tell your friends about it. We've got a playlist over on Spotify. Just look for Jimmy's Records and Tapes. Listen to the songs from this episode as well as all the songs from all 5 seasons of Jimmy's Records and Tapes. Follow me on Blue Sky at Jimmy Pardo. Of course, I'm the host of the award-winning podcast, Never Not Funny. That's it. I'm done. I'm losing my voice. Until the next time, the record is back in its sleeve.